So this is how today's episode is going to pan out. We start off with a game away against Hertha Berlin in the league. Then we've got the transfer deadline closing. And then we've got a game at home against Bayern Munich. Plus, I've already got a transfer that I need to show you. Okay, we start off on the transfer screen. And as you can see, I have signed ALAADDIN. ALAADDIN Şahin. He's a Turkish international. 21 caps, 4 goals. 4-star current ability with 5-star potential. Look at his physicals are really, really good. He could do being a little bit stronger. But 18 for pace, 17 for natural fitness, 16 for balance, 18 for agility, 17 off the ball, 16 composure, 16 vision. His passing and technique can do being a little better as well, but I mean, they're decent, they're 14s. And dribbling of 16. He can play attacking midfield right as a winger or inside forward, and he can play up top as an advanced forward, maybe even a complete forward. I mean, I don't use trequartistas and deep line forwards, but if I wanted to, he can play them. He is a very solid signing. Now, he is in the Erez Levi mould in the fact that he can do both of them positions. What I also have plans for him is I might try and train him to play on the left as well, so he can do right, left and the centre. The overall plan, if we look at the squad at least, and filter it by position so I can find who I'm looking for, there is a potential that Karim Adeyemi could be leaving by the end of this transfer window. 3 clubs in Saudi Arabia are after him, and Bradley Barcola is wanted by many, many clubs. Liverpool, Tottenham, Fiorentina, Lazio, Villarreal, Lorient, and then a couple of Saudi Arabian clubs as well. I've got to be honest, I don't particularly want to sell Bradley Barcola because he is a very decent player and he can play in exactly the position I want to train Şahin for, which is left, right and up top. He is a very, very versatile and useful player to have around. But he is also 30 years old. He's going to be 31 by not long after the start of next season. He's now outside of my age profile, so to speak. Karim Adeyemi is the same. He's not as good as Barcola, but as you see, left, right, up top. I like players that can play both sides, basically, because then it gives me that versatility. I love Adeyemi. He has a real habit of coming off the bench and scoring goals or assisting for us. But he is 31 years old. He turns 32 in a year's time. He's just turned 31, to be fair. He's 3 stars. He is going to start deteriorating soon. So I just feel they are 2 players we could move on and bring in replacements for. And in theory, Şahin is already a replacement for whichever one of those 2 is the first to leave. Now, Adeyemi is trained in nation, but by signing Şahin, he's also trained in nation. So if it's Adeyemi that goes, we haven't lost that European necessity of having trained in nation and trained at club players. Bradley Barcola is not trained in nation, so that doesn't really matter for us. So that's where we're kind of looking at. And as we can see by the calendar, we play Hertha Berlin today. We've then got the transfer deadline is on the Tuesday. We then play Bayern Munich on the Saturday. If we go to the schedule and have a look at how we've been doing since you were last with us, you was here, of course, for the games against Inter Milan and Eintracht Frankfurt. Since then, we played Werder Bremen and we smashed them 7-0. I couldn't believe what I was watching this game. They did have a player sent off right at the end after we were already 7-0 up. But Werder Bremen, they were 5th in the league at the time. And to beat a team 5th in the league 7-0, that is some scoreline. If we have a look at the stats, as you can imagine, we were just all like 72% possession, only 1 shot on target compared to our 15 shots on target. Freitas gave us the lead on 2 minutes. Then Fontas made it 2-0 on 9 minutes. Shirky made it 3-0. Then Shirky again in the 38th minute, making it 4-0. Erez Levi getting a goal on the hour mark for 5-0. Fontas with his second of the game a minute later with a Shirky assist to make it 6-0. And then Freitas with a goal in the 67th minute to make it 7-0. The team that we lined up with, as you can see, is basically our full strength side with Konate unavailable. Fontas started up top. And yeah, it was just a really, really good performance. And we've had some really good performances since you've been away, I've got to say. We then had the winter break. We then played AZ Alkmaar in a friendly. It was the first time ALAADDIN Sahin played for us. I believe he played up top, or was it out on the right? No, it was up top that we played him. He did get a goal in the game, Adeyemi with an assist, and then Freitas scoring with a Granelli assist, and Sahin getting a goal as well, but it was disallowed. 1-0 up, 2-1 down, levelled it at 2-2. It's a pre-season friendly, don't really matter. Then we played Borussia Mönchengladbach, who are a very good Bundesliga side, and they've got a very good defensive record as well, as have we. Us and Mönchengladbach with the two best defensive records in the league. We won the game 2-0. It was fairly even in terms of shots, but we had a much better XG. We dominated possession, better pass completion. Konate coming on as a substitute is quite frustrating because we got to the hour mark, it was 0-0. We then brought on Konate as one of our changes and scored 2 goals 7 minutes after coming on, and then in the 91st minute making it a 2-0 win for us. So good to have Karen Konate back. We then went against Hamburg, a 6-0 win in this game. ALAADDIN Sahin scoring his first official goal for us because the friendlies don't count. Konate getting an assist before Konate then getting our second and our third goal. Ziris scoring from a corner to make it 4-0. Fontes then had a goal disallowed. Carnevali getting a goal after he's already had a couple of assists. And then Erez Levi scoring from a Bradley Barcola assist in the 91st minute. An absolute tonking again, 72% possession. Our pass completion was down, but it was actually better than Hamburg's XG, shots on target, blah, 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 blah. Then we come up against Dynamo in the Champions League. They are a poor, poor team. So I was expecting a win here. And as you can see, we had Unal Ganai, Gaipo, Reuter, Reed as our defence. We basically went full change with the exception of Oberle and Konate. And the only reason Konate didn't sit on the bench from the start of the game was because he was just coming back from his injury. I wanted to get some game time in him to improve his sharpness. But Kamiri getting a penalty on 3 minutes, then Granelli scoring after 10, Kamiri scoring again after 12, Granelli scoring a second after 31, Kamiri completing his hat-trick on 39 minutes, Bradley Barcola having a very good game, as did Unal Ganai as well. Carolot then scoring on the 73rd minute before he then got a second yellow card on the 86th minute and got sent off. So he is a wally. But a 6-1 win against Dynamo, again, totally dominant. Nice stuff. Then we played Magdeburg. Now, we'll get to them in a minute. It's a bit of a surprise there for them. But Magdeburg was a 3-0 win away from home. Again, we were the better team. ALAADDIN Sahin getting another goal for us. Konate, ALAADDIN Sahin disallowed. Kamiri with the third, a 3-0 win. Lovely stuff. Then we played PSV, who at one point, only a couple of games ago, were like 4th in the Champions League group stage. They've now got to go through the round of 16 playoff. They've finished quite some way down, I have to say. A 3-0 win for us at home in this game. They didn't even register a shot on target. They are rubbish, honestly. Lavia getting a goal with a Levi assist. Fontes with a goal with a Levi assist. And then Carnevali with a goal with a Fontes assist. Yeah, we were easily the better team. And that brings us to today against Hertha Berlin. We have been in some sensational form, only conceding in competitive football after the 5-2 win against Cologne. We've only conceded 1 goal in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games. We have been imperious. We really have. I'm probably talking us up far too much. We're going to go and lose both of today's games now. But it is looking good. Now, one of the reasons why I decided to purchase ALAADDIN Sahin is because obviously this time last season I got my entire transfer budget taken away from me. They took 60 million quid away from me. The fact that we're 44 million pound in debt, I weren't prepared to lose the 80 million pound that we had in the transfer budget. So when the opportunity came up to sign ALAADDIN Sahin, I was going to take it. We got him from VfB Stuttgart, where he spent his whole life. That's why he's trained in Nation. 69 million pounds. I'm delighted with it. That then means that we now have 13 million left in the transfer budget. They want to take that away from me. They can. But I am also aware that there are a couple of players that could end up leaving before the end of the transfer window, which is then going to bolster that again. So I'm trying to spend the money, as you can see. We have a wage budget of 3.3 million. I mean, the fact that, or we have a wage budget of 4.1, but we're spending 3.3. If we wanted to adjust their budgets and take this down, we could go to 3.4 million wage budget and give ourselves a transfer budget of 53 million. It's crazy. It really is. So I think we'll just leave it at 4.2 million is now the wage budget, with 11 million in the transfer budget. And yeah, everything finance wise from my side, which is here, is going very, very well. Right, let's move over to the matchday centre for the game away from home against Hertha Berlin. Okay, so I said I had some surprising news about Magdeburg. They were bottom of the table. They've now moved off the bottom of the table and up into 17th after a very surprising 1-0 win against RB Leipzig. We have a game. This game against Hertha Berlin is our game in hand over Leipzig. We're already 10 points ahead of them. If we win this day, we go 13 points clear of Leipzig, and we are past the halfway stage. After today's game, we'll have 17 games to go. If we are 13 points ahead with 17 games to go, then I'm going to call it we're finishing above Leipzig. Bayern Munich do appear to be our most likely challengers. They are currently 11 points behind us with a game in hand that would take them to 8 points behind us. We could move further ahead because I think they're playing tomorrow. No, I have no idea when they're playing. We're going to be 2 games ahead of them. So in theory, after today's game, we could be 14 points ahead, but with them having 2 games in hand. Bearing in mind, as far as the board are concerned, we have to finish top 4. We are comfortably going to be top 4. I will tell you that now. Right, let's get into the game. Turn on the opposition instructions. This is a team I believe we're going to go with. Have I actually done this properly? I believe I have. Yes. Right, Oberle in goal, Carnevale left back, Reed right back, Esteve Ziris in the centre of defence, Stiller, Lavia and Freitas in the midfield, Cherki and Levi out wide with Konate up top. I have been so tempted to play ALAADDIN Sahin here, but we'll go with Erez Levi for the time being. And hopefully he can repay that faith for me. Let's get into the game then. Hertha Berlin are a good team. You know, they're not bad by any stretch of the imagination. We are away from home, but even though we're away from home, I would expect to pick up a win as long as we play well, obviously. And let's get it going. They play in a 4-4-2 formation, and they also have the first opportunity at goal, even though we don't see it in a highlight. We've just had our first shot. There was a game, I can't remember who it was against now. It might have been the game against Magdeburg, against Mönchengladbach actually, where Konate came on as a substitute to score the 2 goals for us. And here is Konate, talking of him. Oh, and it's gone wide. I think it's gone out for a corner, which it has. Unsurprisingly, we do top the charts for goals from corners in the Bundesliga. Stiller takes the corner from this right-hand side. It's headed out, and there didn't seem to be anyone there. And Cherki just decided to run it out of play. I think he forgot to put the handbrake on. But yeah, against Mönchengladbach, our first half performance was terrible. We only had 1 shot at goal and 1 shot on target in the entire first half. And yeah, that was quite concerning for me, because I really thought we was going to end up losing that when it got to half time. But all's well that ends well, as they say. Right, here's another highlight. Freitas has it in the midfield. He's been getting a bit of pressure from... Oh, Konate almost. Yeah, Freitas is coming under a bit of pressure from Kamiri, because Kamiri, he's been playing a little bit lately, and he's been playing well. And if Thiago Freitas doesn't start putting in some consistent performances for us, there is every possibility that Kamari might actually earn his place back. Right, so Hertha Berlin have the ball. They're on our right hand, or their right hand side. We get the tackle in, but it goes straight to one of their players, and the ball goes through to the goalkeeper Oberle, and he'll have the goal kick, or he should throw it to one of his centre backs or someone. There he goes, throws it to Ziris. Ziris instantly recognisable with his red hair. Freitas picks up a loose ball, gets tackled. Carnevale has it, goes back to Maxime Esteve. Carnevale to Stiller, to Lavia. Lavia finds Rayan Cherki. It's 1-0 to Dortmund. 7th goal of the season for Rayan Cherki. It's Hertha Berlin 0, Borussia Dortmund 1. We've got the lead. We've been the better team, without a doubt. They've got a player that's currently injured. The physio's running away, but he's fit enough to carry on, though, so he's not that injured. Cross comes into the box. Esteve clears it to Erez Levi, brings it forward on the right-hand side. Ball infield to Angelo Stiller. Oh, what a goal. What a goal from Angelo Stiller. It's only his second goal of the season. But what a strike that was from Stiller. Oh, I do like this boy. I am potentially selling him in the summer. I've kind of decided if I move him on and bring in another better defensive midfielder. The aim really is when we bring players in, like with ALAADDIN Sahin, rather than bringing in 5 players with a total of 100 million spent, it's more a case of we might bring in 1 player and spend 100 million. We just need players that are going to make a significant difference to our first team now. Right, here's Reed to Levi, back to Reed, to Lavia, finds Ryan Shirky, or he doesn't, it was cleared by the defender. Carnevale picks up the loose ball, gives it to Shirky, to Lavia, couldn't find Shirky on the return ball. Hertha Berlin trying to bring it away, but we win the ball back. Still over the top for Kanate, and Kanate over the bar, and that is half time. Quite an action-filled first half, to be fair. Again, we have the situation where we're dominant but only have one. Oh no, we have 2 goals. I'm losing the plot. I am officially losing the plot. I thought it was only 1-0 up. I think I forgot about Shirky's earlier goal. I can't forget Stiller's goal. That was a great goal. Right, we're an hour in. Levi can come off for Sahin. And what else do I want to do? That might actually be my only substitution. Yeah, I think that'll be it for now. And there is a possibility Kanate might be coming off in the next 5 or 10 minutes. He's not playing particularly well. He's missed a couple of decent chances. Oh, just about to make a substitution, but it looks like we've got a highlight. And it's with Hertha Berlin. 71st minute of the game now. Down the left-hand side. Trying to correct. They've gone past the man. They get the cross into the box. Oh, and it's gone wide. It's gone for a corner. Either a deflection off a defender or a save from Oberle. If it was a save from Oberle, then that was a phenomenal save from such close range. Ball into the box. Oberle coming out for it and gathers it. He never fails to gather the ball. Philip Oberle. He's actually picked up a knock, which is not great news. Right, Guevara Reed can come off for Nunes. And Fontas can come on for Karim Kanate. And I think that'll be... What's his injury? Potential head injury. Well, he don't save with his head, so he's fine. He should be heading the ball when he can catch it. Right, we head towards the final 10 minutes of the game. We are 2-0 up. Again, it's been pretty comfortable, to be fair. Dominating every aspect of the match. And I'm only making them 3 substitutions. I'm not even worried about making my 4th and 5th substitutions like I normally do. 3 minutes of time to be added on, and that is the end of the 3 minute. Well, hang on. Yeah, there you go. That's the end of the 3 minutes. And it's a comfortable 2-0 win. We beat Hertha Berlin. We extend our lead at the top of the Bundesliga. 13 points over RB Leipzig, 14 points over Bayern Munich with 2 games in hand. We are just looking... If we don't win the Bundesliga for a 2nd year in a row, then we're in for one hell of a collapse at the end of the season. Let's have a look at Oberle's injury. Please don't be a big one. Oh, he's out for 9 to 12 days. He's going to miss the Bayern Munich game. Alban Lafont will be coming in. That is a blow. I'm not going to lie. That is a huge blow. Right, join me here for the game against Bayern Munich, and I'll let you know if there's any transfer news to bring you up to speed on. Right, here we go. I've got a bad feeling about this because there's been a week between the game against Hertha Berlin and the game against Bayern Munich, and we've been hit by injuries. We've got 4 players out. One of them you know about, which is Philip Oberle. Before we get into that, Leipzig have beaten Hamburg 4-0 to close the gap to 10 points. So we could keep it at 13 points if we beat Bayern, keep our unbeaten record going, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're in for a beating here today. There's been no transfer news, by the way. Nobody's gone in, nobody's gone out. The only offer I had was for Unal Gane. I had 2 offers of 1.2 and 1.5 million from Hertha Berlin. He wants to go to Eintracht Frankfurt, not Hertha Berlin. So I just rejected the offers. So yeah, we are without Philippe Aubelet. He is orange. Technically he can play, but on the fitness test it says recommended not to select him. So I've resisted the urge because I have been so tempted to bring him in for this game on the understanding maybe I could rest it. I'm so tempted. Do I do it? Do I bring in Philippe Aubelet? I mean, he doesn't return to training for 4 days. And, anyway, Erez Levi is out injured. He's picked up the flu, so he's out for another 7 days. Romeo Lavia has picked up a cold. He's out for another day. Karel Ott picked up an injury as well. Doesn't technically return to training for 2 days, but I've just gone with it and kind of put him in the squad as a substitute just in case we need him. Alban Lafont is coming in goal. I'm still undecided about what to do with Philippe Aubelet, but no, I'm going to listen to my medical team and not put Aubelet in goal. So Lafont in goal, Carnevale left back, Reed right back, Esteve Ziris in the middle, Stiller, Granelli and Freitas in the midfield, Shirky and ALAADDIN Sahin out wide with Konate up top. The one good thing about our squad depth is ALAADDIN Sahin coming in for Erez Levi is pretty much like for like. If not, ALAADDIN Sahin may actually be a little bit better, but I just don't want to admit that because it's Erez Levi. Granelli is a fantastic replacement for Romeo Lavia. No problems with him at all. The question mark I have is Lafont because he's not particularly good. But anyway, let's get into the game. It's not the end of the world if we lose this. We're still 10 points clear of RB Leipzig. Yes, if Bayern win their 2 games in hand, our lead over them would only be 5 points. But if ands and buts, they're playing a 4-4-2. I mean, who plays a 4-4-2 when you're Bayern Munich manager? Remco Beckhus lining up against us as well. That's one thing I don't want. I don't want Beckhus scoring. But we seem to have started the first half pretty well. Beckhus already has a yellow card. Goes back to De Ligt. Bayern Munich coming forward on this right-hand side of theirs. Wirtz, we know what he can do. Headed away, but it's back with Beckhus again. He takes a shot. Oh, he skimmed the top of the net. We know what Beckhus can do from that position. He's actually playing as a central midfielder, which is an interesting role. I usually played him as a Metzala or the advanced playmaker. Right, we have the ball. Freitas nearly gives it away. Oh, he has a shot at goal. It's a good save from Costa. It's gone out for a corner. We know what we can do from corners. Shirky from the left-hand side, in-swinger towards the near post. A poor corner, really. Freitas picks up the loose ball, gives it to Shirky. He loses the ball in the box and Bayern Munich clear their lines. 20 minutes in, we have been slightly better. Their main issue is they've not got shots on target, whereas we have. We are dominating possession, which we do dominate possession with against most teams. I believe we even dominate possession against Manchester City, which shows why I'm very, very confident about our chances in the Champions League. I'm not arrogantly confident, but beating Man City and Inter Milan has given me the belief that we can do bits in that competition. Right, it's half time, it's 0-0. Like we've had before against Bayern Munich, I wouldn't necessarily be against a 0-0 draw because A, it means we keep our unbeaten run going, but it also means that Bayern Munich don't advance on us anymore. Right, we're going to make a couple of substitutions soon. ALAADDIN Sahin's not having a particularly good game out on the right-hand side. And here is Bayern Munich on their right-hand side. They're keeping the ball. Florian Wirtz has it. He's getting towards goal. Oh, I'll put that down as a Lafont save and a good save at that. But Florian Wirtz with the outswinging corner on this right-hand side now. Goes outside the box. Oh, it's that Jakubowski bloke again who scored against us before from this kind of position. Oh, blimey, that was a bit of a vicious pass back. Davies now down the left-hand side. Gets a cross into the box. Oh, my word. Lafont came for it. He didn't get it. We often see with Aubelet, when he comes for the ball, he does get the ball. Right, Freitas is injured, so Kamiri can come on for him. Sahin needs to come off. I think we bring Adeyemi on, and let's see if he can live up to his reputation for coming off the bench to score goals for us. Because I think we need a goal. Even if we're going to get a draw out of this game, I think we need a goal. because Bayern Munich are looking threatening. And that Jakubowski, we've seen him before when he scored against us. I think the last time we played them, actually. Right, Adeyemi, when he won the ball back and then gave it away again. Van Persie, it's 1-0. Bayern Munich has scored. I did say we need a goal. And I think I'm going to have to take off Ryan Shirky because he's looking terrible as well. Karim Konate is looking poor. So Barcola can come on for Shirky. Fontas can come on for Konate. I mean, literally nobody is playing well. Literally not a single person. Nunes can come on for him as well. That's all 5 of our substitutions played. And yeah, it looks like we're losing our first game of the season in the league, ladies and gentlemen, unless we can pull something out of the hat. But everything is Bayern Munich at the moment. I can't remember the last time we had a highlight in our favour. If we've even had one in the entire match, that is. I think we've had one where Costa made a save. But other than that, it's just all Bayern Munich. And Van Persie's made it 2-0. The referee's got his finger in his ear hole. It's going to be reviewed, but I suspect it's going to be given. It's disallowed. Thankfully, that has been disallowed. Right. The last chance I have, let's give him a bit of a berate. See if that knocks him into shape for the last 10 minutes. We've not been outplayed. We've been largely the better team. Their XG is significantly better than ours. 5 minutes of time to be added on, but we're getting no highlights for us at all. And that is our first defeat of the season in the Bundesliga. 1-0 at home to Bayern Munich. They're not good enough. I'm not happy with that because, again, we wasn't outplayed. We were the better team. But, okay, right. Beccu's got one over on me. Go away. No, he didn't. Freitas out injured for 1 or 2 days. Monaco received 20 million from the yesterday transfer, which means we now have nothing in the transfer budget. So obviously that comes out of it. So that's fine. They've revealed my Fury. Let's have a look at the schedule then. And we've got some games coming up. We've got the Champions League round of 16 here. Now, what I think we'll do is with the round of 16, I think we'll just do it where we'll probably play whoever we've got in the second leg and then Bayer Leverkusen afterwards because they're 4th in the table. Keeps up our run this week of playing against all the best teams that we can. If we get through this round of 16 and we get through to the quarterfinals, what I'll then start doing is, like I done last season for the Europa League, I'll do both legs potentially both legs of the quarterfinal with the league game in between as a highlights package, or the first leg as a highlights package and we play the league game. Depends on the league situation. If we're still like we are now, if we're 10 points ahead with even less games to play, then we'll probably do the highlights package for the league game because there's less on the line, so to speak. But yeah, that's for later on in the week and for next week. But for tomorrow's episode, we'll come back for Unknown and Bayer Leverkusen. So it'll be the Champions League round of 16 second leg and Bayer Leverkusen. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe as well, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.